What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Pokemon White. In the last episode, we explored the entirety of Route 14, took on all sorts of trainers, and found the last of the 7 sages, Giallo. In this episode, we're going to be heading on into the Abundant Shrine, and with me, as I head on in here, is the Pokemon that I said I was going to have in the last episode, Thundurus and Tornadus. I also still have my Water Monkey with me because I needed Waterfall to get here, and I still have to have Crush with me because I need Surf. That only leaves 2 other Pokemon, Arthur and Bathory. That's it. These are all I have to work with as I make my way through this place, so I'm going to hopefully get a lot of experience for Arthur, although there's only, I believe, 4 trainers to find here. I'm going to head on to this house really quickly because I actually think there's somebody in here. Yes. Let's talk to this guy. It is the great Landorus that protects this land. With its help, we are assured of a rich soil and a prosperous harvest. You should visit Great Landorus's little shrine and pay your respects. I don't know why that was so hard for me to read. Apparently, I'm just struggling today. Okay, yeah, like I said, we got 4 trainers to go through. This is one of them right here. I'll just kind of wait for him to walk back to me, and we're just going to be getting as much experience as we can. None of them are all that big of a deal. I don't think there are any veterans or ace trainers in this area, so I think we should mostly be okay. There are also items to be grabbed, though, and I think I do actually want to bring out the dowsing machine for this. You're going to really throw a Caterpie at me. A freaking level 61 Caterpie. What was that? What was that area in Fire Red and Leaf Green, that one island where there was a bunch of bug-type trainers? And they all had, like, Caterpies and Weedles, even though they were, like, in the 40s or 50s or whatever. This is more egregious than that. Are you kidding me? I mean, I'm content with just using Aerial Ace all day, but gosh. Also, I'll be honest, Pineco, I know that that's supposed to be, like, the other side of its, like, Pineco-ness on the back, but it honestly makes it look like it's a ghosting effect. It's really funny, actually. All right, come on. Nope, still didn't take it out. Hey, Iron Defense. You know, I probably should have used a coil. But now we'll just spam Aerial Ace all day. Why not? Gyro Ball actually hurt quite a bit, but that just makes sense because Superior is so much heavier than Pineco. It's a big freaking snake. Are you kidding me? Snakes are huge, and they weigh a lot. Like, that's the thing about snakes is, like, the longer they get, like, exponentially bigger. Like, those really massive anacondas, don't those weigh, like, several tons? They're huge. So it only kind of makes sense. Anyway, let's get a coil out. I'll use a couple of these, actually. While this Masquerade's here, because I'm not too worried about whatever this Masquerade's going to throw him. Silverwind actually might hurt a little bit. Okay, hold on. That doesn't really help me now, does it? Shoot. And I don't have Lumiette with me anymore, but I really want to only stick to using these 3. I really don't want to waste any experience. Oh, yeah, I should also mention, got a whole lot of potions off screen. I don't want to waste any experience on anyone but Arthur, Bathory, and Crush in this instance, because giving it to Tornadus and Thundurus will be dumb. And anyways, I don't really have a choice because the whirlwind happened. Are you going to throw my monkey out? No, you're going to throw out my Tornadus. Okay, well, this is what you get then. I'm going to immediately switch after this, but because you decided to do that, you're going to go down. This is what you get and what you deserve. All right, well, at least I get a little bit of experience for Arthur. Now to Scolipede. Okay, we got a poison and bug type here. I don't have a psychic type in this scenario. Okay, let's switch to Bathory. Let's go with Bathory here. Going with Arthur is probably not the best. See, I was really offended by the Caterpie, but now this guy's actually throwing out some pretty decent Pokemon at me. So all of a sudden, I'm actually a little bit concerned here. Okay, I'm going to go with the Dragon Dance. I don't think that Scolipede has any moves that can do a force swap. I'm pretty sure. Well, we got Double Edge. Okay, that's going to hurt a lot. At least for faster for the next turn. Let's just do a standard Dragon Claw. Earthquake isn't going to do any additional damage anyway. Let's see how much this does. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Look at that critical hit. Beautiful. Bathory gets a lot of experience out of that, enough to get to level 60. What do we got next? We got Spinarak. Okay, another waste of time Pokemon. I mean, this will be really easy to deal with. It's such a cutie, though. Look at that little thing. Too bad I don't like Ariados as much as I like Galvantula. I think Galvantula is just so much cooler, but alas. And there we go. That was like nothing in experience. We'll take it, though. Experience is experience. All right, let me pull out the dowsing machine here. Yep, there we go. I had a feeling that we were going to run into items. Is it over this way? It's definitely up by that tree. Okay. Oh, I'm on top of it. Okay, hold on. Let me turn around. There we go. A tiny mushroom. Well, that's not really as useful. I'm pretty sure there is a big mushroom around here somewhere, though. We got this lady over here. Another tiny mushroom. I'll talk to her in a second. Let me do some healing. This place is actually kind of confusing to make our way around to, which is why it's going to pretty much take the entirety of this episode to deal with. Also, yeah, I keep forgetting... Wait, what am I doing? I keep forgetting that I have a rare candy that I can use as well. I think when Arthur... well, Bathory's barely at a level up, isn't she? Yeah, I'm just going to use the rare candy on her. I feel like that's for the best. Perfect. There we go. Use your last rare candy. That's fine. All right. Yeah, it's always best to use a rare candy when they're really close to they just had a level up. Excuse me, not really close to one. Because then all that experience that they already had is just instantly wasted because it sets them at 0 on the experience gain for the next level. So it doesn't just give them the amount of experience needed. There we go. Get a little leaf blade in there on this horsey. Hopefully with the lucky egg, that's actually enough for a level up here. There it is. That's what I like to see. Okay, we almost got Arthur into the 60s. Ponyta is next. Let's switch on over to Crush. Not that Arthur probably couldn't take care of this thing because it is just a Ponyta, but better safe than sorry. And I'll just use a rock slide on this thing. As graceful and wonderful as this Pokemon is, it needs to go down. Oh, it's going to Flare Blitz. Oh, gosh. It's going to do, nothing. This is one of the weakest Flare Blitzes I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't know why, of all moves, you thought that was going to be... Stomp would have honestly been better, because then at least you could have gotten Flinch in or something. And Sunkern. Okay, the pre-evolution to quite possibly the worst fully evolved Pokemon in all, what is it, 8 generations? Yeah. That's how bad Sunkern is, because Sunflora, I do believe, has the lowest base stats of any fully evolved Pokemon. I think not counting Shedinja, but I also don't think Shedinja counts, because Shedinja's base stats are hampered severely by its HP stat, which is set at 1, so that's not a very fair comparison. All right, down we go. Let's see. Oh, you are in my way. So wait, is there an item over here? Gosh, dang it. Frickin' Max Repels. Why can't you last longer? There we go. Also, I'm just now noticing this music being so hilariously ominous, and it's pretty great. Okay, no, it's out in the water. Well, we can go after that in a moment. Let me grab this item. TM35 Flamethrower. There we go. That's what we were waiting on for Lumiette. I will happily take that. Now she can finally get rid of Flame Burst and get an even better fire move. It's definitely going to come in handy at a later time. There we go, a Balm Mushroom. That is the most expensive mushroom type in the entire game. I believe they are worth 10,000, so the same cost as a Big Nugget. So definitely want to pick up one of those if you get the opportunity. Oh, I didn't realize there was rustling grass there. Gosh, I love fighting Audino in the later stages because they all pack Heal Pulse. They'll damage you and then they'll just instantly heal you again. It's so awesome. Anyways, that right there is a Razor Fang. That is another item we use for evolving Pokemon. You give that to Sneasel and trade it, and it will evolve into Weavile. So that's pretty great. I also think is it also that it at base increases a critical hit ratio? I think it does, actually. So it's also an alternative to the Scope Lens. So that's pretty nice, too. All right, anyways, we got Burmy here. Burmy, I'll just be using... this one is the Bug Grass type, too, I believe. So I can just use an Aerial Ace and instantly take this thing out. But we'll see what the rest of her Pokemon are. And what is this? The third trainer in this area? So that means there's only one more left for us to fight after this. And we got Sawsbuck. Okay. I will keep you out here. Yes. Because Sawsbuck is part grass, so if I just use Aerial Ace a couple of times, that should be enough. Maybe 3. Given that Sawsbuck is a little bit beefier than a Burmy is. Solar Beam. Okay, that's a choice. It's not going to do a lot of damage, so I'll take the hit. It'll be fine. Especially because you're not much of a special attacker to begin with. Man, it looks so powerful. Too bad it only did 24 damage. Oh my goodness, Sawsbuck. I'm so sorry, honey. Down you go. At least you'll be worth a lot of experience. All right, 5,070 up to level 60 for Arthur. Beautiful. And then it's Tangela. Okay, same deal. We'll just keep using Aerial Ace. Doing good. This is working out great so far. What's not going to work out great, however, and I'm really scared of it, is the legendary that we're supposed to catch in this area. Oh, I'm so nervous about this fight. I don't think it's going to go very well. I think I'm going to have to take several cracks at it before I finally get it. It's going to be all about luck. Okay, Power Whip, huh? I'll just use Aerial Ace a couple more times. Assuming that you don't use Tickle again. Please don't. Okay, Power Whip. Really good move. Not super great on a Superior, but it is a really good move nonetheless. Look at all that damage that it did. It actually did a lot more than that Solar Beam did, so don't want to disparage it too much. Well, it did like 11 damage more. And down goes Tangela. All right. So there is that. There's more items to be found in this area, so let's pull that out. Okay, I don't want to go that way. No. I thought there was another trainer. Maybe they're up above? Oh, yep, they're right there. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to heal really quickly. And then I have an elixir somewhere, don't I? I'm pretty sure I do. I want to make sure the entire team is topped off before we jump on into this. I've got 5 of them. Oh, that's plenty. You know, there's not a whole lot of game left, so might as well use them. These are the items that I constantly find myself saving. Like, I might need them later, and I never do. And, oh yeah, you know what? I never went over all the Pokemon that are in here, too. My bad. I should probably do that as well. But yeah, I never do that. I never, like, ended up using them, and I have all these elixirs and ethers just taking up space in my bag for the longest freaking time. But anyway, let's talk about the Pokemon that are here in Abundant Shrine, because, yeah, this is way too late into the episode to do this. I should have done this at the very beginning of the episode, but alas. In this area, you can find in the grass Bronzong, which we just saw, Chimecho, Misdreavus, but only in white version, and Murkrow, but only in black version. You can also find Noctowl, Stantler, Vulpix, and in Rustling Grass, you can find Haunchcrow, Mismagus, or Ninetales. Now, the version exclusives still apply to those. Haunchcrow only in black version, Mismagus only in white version. Should make sense. In water, you can find Slowpoke. In Ripples, you can find Slowbro or Slowking. And then, of course, there's Legendary here, which we will be getting into in a moment. And there is a flinch. Gosh dang it. That's going to be annoying to deal with. But if I can just land one Rock Slide, this thing should just go down instantly. Or it could use U-turn. That's annoying, too. All right, well, whatever. What are you going to throw out next? Leddyba. Well, this Rock Slide is definitely going to take care of that thing. Goodbye. I mean, if he's just going to throw a Bug-type Pokemon out, I might as well just keep Crush in the battle. He should get to level 62 by the end of this. Okay, Yanma again. It might U-turn again. It did lose all of its speed boost, but it's still faster. I know that. Yep, there it is. Yeah, just keep U-turning. You can only freaking stave this off for so long. All right, next is Ninjask. Well, I'm actually very grateful that you U-turned into Ninjask, because I'd be way more scared of that than I would be of the Yanma, because Ninjask can actually do some pretty good damage. And it also has speed boost. It's also fully evolved. Yanma is not. All right, there we go. And now it's the Yanma one more time. 3rd time's the charm. Let's Rock Slide this thing, and then we can call it good. No, you're not going back. You can't do it this time, Yanma. It's not going to work. Goodbye. So obnoxious. Doesn't help that the U-turn is a special attack instead of a physical attack, so it does a little bit more damage, but there we go. All right, now is the time. Let's start healing up the team. Go grab my Hyper Potion one more time. Make sure that that's on Crush, because we got to be fully prepared for this. And I can only use 5 Pokemon in this, one of whom is only going to probably, well, technically Amy and, like, I would say Thundurus are in the same boat, where they can basically both handle one hit. However, Thundurus does have an advantage that Amy does not going into this fight, and we'll talk about that once it all starts. So, there we go. Let's do that. Make sure, again, I picked up everything around here. Nope, there are more items. Okay, let's head forward. Hello, everybody. If you wreck Great Landorus' little shrine, it'll cause a bad storm. That's not true. The Pokemon that brings bad thunderstorms is a different Pokemon. No, silly, you've got it wrong. This is a shrine for Great Landorus. It punished a Pokemon that did a bad thing. If you wreck that shrine, it can't punish that stormy Pokemon if it comes back. But that doesn't make any sense. If a Pokemon does a bad thing, Great Landorus will come to help us, whether it has a shrine or not. You're the silly one. No, you're silly. Hey, wait. Little Shrine is dedicated to a Pokemon called Landorus. They say that when Tornadus and Thundurus were whipping up storms that damaged houses and fields all over the Unova region, Landorus made them stop. This is a story from way long ago when my grandpa was a little boy. So if Tornadus and Thundurus come here again, Great Landorus may come back. Well, that's what my grandpa told me. Little send-off. Okay, actually, no. Let's grab our items here really quickly before we do this. So real fast. Got a couple of them over here. Over here in the corner. Or, oh no, I have to go down there. Excuse me. Let me do that really quickly. Give me that. We got another tiny mushroom. It's probably another tiny mushroom on the other side, so it's probably really not worth my time, but whatever. Throw out one more max repel. I'm like really nervous for this fight because this could go a bunch of different ways. Oh yeah, I need more max repels too. Gosh dang it. We're getting to the point. I think when we get to the next town, I'll go and stock up on a few more. Okay, this one, it seems to be out in the water. So let's surf to it. Come on, crush. Oh, no, I jumped off at the wrong spot. I needed to be right there, and I don't like where that ripple's placed either. Gosh dang it. Come on, right here. There we go. Big mushroom. Okay, that's a lot more worth my time. Perfect. And we will take this little surf patch out of here once we're done with this battle. But here we go. Let's head on over here. Okay. Who do I have out in front? It's Crush. Okay, that's right. I moved Crush there for a reason. So, I'm going to save just to make sure that we are all ready to go for this because I'm going to need multiple tries at this. And I'm especially worried about one particular thing in this fight. Let's talk to the shrine. It's a small weathered shrine. Tornadus and Thunderous are struggling inside their Pokeballs. And ladies and gentlemen, meet Landorus, the ground and flying type Pokemon, and the one who controls Thunderous and Tornadus. Landorus is packing four different moves from 2 different types: Rock Slide, Earthquake, Sandstorm, and Fissure. Now, Fissure is the one that I am the most worried about because obviously this thing has the capability of one-shotting all of my Pokemon, and that could be a big problem. Luckily, it only has 5 Fissure uses, and the good news is that having Tornadus and Thunderous with us, they are flying types, so... Oh my gosh, I thought we were actually going to get it there on the quick ball. That would have been amazing. Okay, there's 1 avoidance, so yeah, only 5 uses out of that. That's good. Let's start whittling its health down. It's going to throw out Rock Slides. Those are not what I'm worried about. Earthquake is the thing that worries me, although the flinch is not really a good thing either. Okay, it gets off a Sandstorm. Luckily, Crush can handle that. This is why I have him out in front, so he can actually do some decent damage to this thing, and we can whittle his health down. That was more than I was expecting. Okay, I'm going to do a Rock Slide here, although this Earthquake is probably going to just take me out. Now, yeah, like I said, Tornadus and Thunderous have an advantage here because the only thing they can be hit by is Rock Slide. And everything else that Landorus throws out, they should be more or less resistant to. Arthur is also a pretty good Pokemon for this scenario because he resists almost everything. He's still susceptible to the Fissures, which is a little bit scary, but there's no flying moves to speak of that we have to worry about here. I'm going to use just a Leaf Blade. Hope this doesn't crit. And then just try to whittle his health down a little bit. There we go. Fissure. There it is. And so down goes Arthur to that. No surviving that whatsoever, even if it's not very effective. All right, this is where we're going to have to start throwing out Ultra Balls. Do I waste Bathory now? No, I don't. I'm going to throw Amy out just to, like, take a hit and hope that whatever he throws out misses. It probably won't. Fissure has a really high hit rate at this stage. Okay, let's just start throwing Ultra Balls here. This is what we're going to be using to catch this guy with. Luckily, he doesn't run away like Thunderous and Tornadus do, so you have all the time in the world, and you can treat this like it's a... Oh my gosh. Like it's a full-on legendary fight, but... Ay-yi-yi. Stuff like that is going to get really annoying. And this is why I said it's probably going to take multiple tries. All right, on to Thunderous. Tornadus is kind of my last resort here. So let's throw out another Ultra Ball. Just going to do as many of these as I can now that we have him in the red. I don't really have a means of paralyzing the guy. Come on, let's get some shakes. No shakes. Oh, that quick ball was like my best chance. Sandstorm subsides. That's good. Keep using it, dude. He can use Rock Slide. Again, that is something to watch out for in this scenario, but everything else isn't really going to do me any damage, so I'll be fine. Okay, well, I mean, Sandstorm will whittle me down a little bit, but I can handle that. It's extra turns for me to throw Pokeballs at this guy. All right, come on, Landorus. Get in the ball, dang it. Get in the ball. Yes! Oh my gosh, I got him. Holy crap. That was like the 3rd redo, although the second one didn't really count because I accidentally knocked him out with a critical hit on 1 shot. But still, oh my goodness, we got it. And Timer Balls, man, I forgot how much they buffed those in Generation 5. We got ourselves a Landorus. The entire trio is now put together, and I could finally go shove all of these Pokemon back in my box and get the whole team back. All right. So there we go, at level 70, no less. Not bad at all. Landorus is, without a doubt, the strongest of the three, too, especially if you can get it in its Therian form. I do not have it as its Therian form, but there is a way. I always forget the way of actually doing that. Also, TM92 Trick Room. We'll talk about this in a second. Oh, what am I saying? How could I even forget? Therian forms were only in the sequel. My bad, but yeah, Therian form Landorus is the better version of the two by far. The regular form is just kind of okay, and in that regard, I would actually almost argue that Thundurus is better, but yeah, once you get to Therian forms, Landorus is broken. In fact, it is still regarded as one of the most broken Pokemon in the history of the competitive scene, and it ruled Uber tiers for years and years and years. All right, this move right here, Trick Room. Let's talk about it for a moment. Up to this point in the game, we have had so many, this is a staple across Unova, so many Pokemon that have been really low on speed, but really, really high on many other stats. Now, not every single one of them can learn this move right here, but some of them can. The ones that come to mind are a lot of the Psychic types, like Masharna and Rhea-Nicholas and Gothitelle. These really, really slow, hard hitters that have really good defenses, and speed is the only thing getting in their way from being overpowered Pokemon. Trick Room is, well, the trick to making them overpowered Pokemon. With most Pokemon, you need to set them up by using certain things like a coil or a shell smash or things like that. A lot of those Pokemon have really good stats. They're just slow as molasses, but Trick Room basically flips the speed of everything on the field, so the slower Pokemon always goes first. And really the only way to offset this is by having moves that deliberately slow you down if you want to go faster than the Trick Room Pokemon. So you throw a Trick Room out there. Also, I missed an item. What the heck? You throw a Trick Room out there, and all of a sudden, your Masharna, your Rhea-Nicholas is like the fastest thing alive. It is Sonic the Hedgehog all of a sudden, and it is going to be absolutely wrecking shop through every single team that you go against. But you have to wait this long to get it, and that was my biggest gripe with picking up one of those Pokemon early on in the game, is that you really cannot fully unlock their potential for a very long time. And listen, I'm just not about that. I like Pokemon that can get the job done. This is why I occasionally opt for Pokemon that don't even have all that great of base stats, because as long as they can get the job done through the main game and do it really, really well, better in fact than Pokemon that are stronger than them, quote unquote, I'd rather have one of those. I'd rather opt for one of those every single time than use something that needs a gimmick to get it by. So great TM, really unlocks the potential of a lot of Pokemon. Just a shame it takes so long to get it. Guys, that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Pokemon White. Thank you all so very much for watching. In the next episode, we are going to make it to Undella Town, explore the bay around it, and there is in fact even a ruins that we're going to be exploring beyond that. We will not be spending a whole lot of time there, though. I'm not going to be giving you a comprehensive breakdown. We're going to do, in fact, exactly one thing and one thing only when we get there. So with all that said, thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.